The scene is set for Zuster, and, well, the Time Bandits and Jacob Burns are gathering. Chunk and James are coming back from, well, they're in the middle of a patrol, but they're meeting up with Lenore, or, well, Lenore's body, Kirsten's mind, and Jacob Burns. They've been training in disciplines. Chunk previously having continued training and just doing cross-pack training in disciplines with Jacob, who, well, he's obviously picking up all of the interesting disciplines now. But Chunk's asked him there just to gather up. They've broken into a low-rent little kind of ice rink, and they've come with some, well, ideally he'd like to have lances for jousting, but they're just big, long lumps of wood, and he's getting some skates out for everybody. So, just to explain, I'm working on a little game of instinct. It's probably going to take me a while, but, you know, you gotta start somewhere. To put bluntly, it's pretty much jousting on ice skates, but clearly with no horses. The question I can't quite decide yet is, does everybody have a lance of ice skates, or do we, for example, Chunk just picks up James and kind of just kind of puts him behind him as if, you know, Chunk's giving him a piggyback ride? This is a question. I'm not sure.
Question.
Chunk!
How do you
Get closer to them! I must poke at them with my big pony stick!
No, stop it! Chunk!
Wait a minute, this is our question.
Can I have a question?
And he just kind of looks up at James and is like, it's Kirsten, right?
Yeah, it's Kirsten. It's Kirsten.
Yeah, come on. It's okay.
How do you actually get sufficient speed? You need to have sufficient speed to make sure that the joust actually impales a body, or it won't work.
Okay, this is how it should usually work. The combatants go ahead and stand on opposite sides of the ring. They go ahead and skate until they get to the curved ends, and once they get across the curved ends, then they go straight for each other.
Okay, and what is the bigger purpose in this?
I'm trying to design a new game of instinct. Games of instinct, they let us hone and focus their abilities. I know sometimes some of them seem a bit odd, even sometimes maybe foolish, but this one won't work. But when I refine them, when I hone them, when I have them skill myself, the games of instinct are some of the authorities retake. And they're not just normal things. Like the Vaulry, any old fool can put their blood into a cup, but there's just a little bit of magic in them. A little bit of, and I do mean magic. And when a game of instinct is created properly, and when it is done properly, and has been refined, it will let you hone your abilities. It will give you unparalleled focus for a period of time, sometimes extending weeks. And this helps us in the war against the enemy. For example, this game would help us focus on coordination. It would help us focus on our physical prowess, as well. We're not necessarily going to be using jousting weapons, but to put it bluntly, after the first pass, given our nature, the lances might be broken, but we'll be using the remains of them in a fashion similar to a club. It will help us focus on our close quarters abilities, as well as some teamwork. And it's also a group building exercise. Think about those, crazy corporate retreats, except for,
Preach on, Rex.
Yes. Yeah, let's just give it a show. So, I suppose you wheel up on Jacob's back, and we'll get ready to go.
What?
It's just
Kirsten. James says from atop Chunk's humongous farm. Go ahead and pick up that pole, okay? And have Jacob put you on his back and just point the pointy end into my chest, alright?
Okay.
it's not to stake him, it's more focused on dismounting him.
Okay.
Just trying to build up speed.
She is grabbing the pole, but it's fucking heavy. She only has strength 1. So she is like holding it as like with 2 hands, and she doesn't keep it stable at all. And she just look at Jacob and it's like, I don't think that this is gonna work. But if they want, no, seriously, if they, yeah, you got it. I mean, if they want to, if it's just dismounting them, that's easy.
Bishop Chunk, Jacob raising a hand. Is it alright if I take on my Black Metamorphosis?
Sure!
Okay. Jacob will spend the 2 blood points, and you'll see him metamorphosize into a very monstrous, demon-looking kind of form. And his extra...
Oh my fucking god! What is that? And she
It's your celebration, baby!
She keeps making a cross with her hands, like, oh my god, oh Lord Almighty, oh my god, what's that? I think I would have to roll frenzy at this point.
Actually, it's courage.
Just
It's
roll
courage. Without penetration, it's courage.
Okay,
specifically.
cool.
Which is
Nice.
always, if you're not used to seeing tenebration, yeah,
Nope.
you would roll courage. Which is always fun for the cami newbies in the front lines. Guess us back is like, what the just fuck it, run.
I'm pretty sure that Kristen has never seen that. Oh my god! Running away.
Aw, I scared her.
Chunk!
And so your face of battle, have genius. It is 2-on-1. Battle is unfair, but that is why you're allowed to use your finer powers of the blood.
And Chunk's kind of lowering himself, broadening his base, but he's built up quite a bit of speed at this stage, and just kind of lowering, just
It's like,
making it harder to topple.
Mm-hmm. I go ahead and, lean over to Chunk and say, aim me towards Kirsten. I'm gonna stake the bitch.
Oh, she
So,
is
yeah,
running.
Chunk's going to
For as
continue.
far as she wants.
I'm going to roll a strength subterfuge check. Basically, he's moving towards Jacob, and he's trying to keep up to speed, but he's going to try and change direction. So Jacob still thinks he's going after him, and he's going to change direction, go after Lenore.
This is not
James, for his part, is pointing the pointy stick towards Kirsten, buffing up his strength and his dex.
Oh, let me check my specializations. What did I do for my specializations? Oh,
I do not want to end up stakes again by you guys.
Stop running!
Okay, it's I've got to go off and pick my specialization again. It seems obvious I didn't put it down. So yeah, that's still 4 successes. I'll even forgive it. Wow. So yeah, they're going. He's built up to huge speed, and he surprisingly gracefully for someone of his side, kind of just slingshots almost around Jacob, pulling off to the side at the last second, and they're going off. She's probably almost off the ice at this stage, so James is going to get one swipe at this before they hit concrete, and then they're both going down. But himself and Chunk both know this.
Oh yeah,
We got one swing on her.
Willpower! Plink using dex and melee. Okay.
Trying to dodge.
It's not going to be bashing damage anyway. They're not sharpened.
I'm not trying to dodge. I'm running away from you guys. You're literally coming on in my.
Just call it a defensive action.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to do something else. Fine.
I'm going to try to chase Lenore down and try to rope her up.
Hey! I think I have to do so. I can do something at least.
Oh yeah. Figure it out.
Okay. Well, first I have to either dodge that one, or I can't do shit. And if I dodge it, I can't do shit as well. Ah, fuck it. I'll take it. I'll just.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's make this cinema. She actually swirls around as you as she hears you approaching. It's kind of hard to miss. But she's too late to actually much away from the stake, but she is, however, just looking at Chunk straight in the eyes. She say, "Fall!" Dominate one.
You're trying to use dominate and Rotrek?
I'm trying.
Wow.
I'm trying to dominate.
Well, you can. However, inertia is definitely going to take effect, and
And I'm gonna fall anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you
We're
fall
going,
before
all
he
three of us are going into the concrete wall now. You first, little lady.
Oh,
Roll your command. I'll tell you if
Yeah.
you succeed. However, she's probably still gonna hit her with the stick. Shock.
No, true.
It's funny because I know exactly what I was gonna do with you.
I only have one success.
Sorry. Well, you don't know my willpower. Right? You
Oh
do
no,
succeed.
I don't know it. I don't actually
Yeah.
know what you will.
Why you? So you do get a success. So you know my willpower is 8 or lower. Chunk will fall after James has done this. Though he's slightly grazed over looking his eyes when it looks like he was just about to go down shortly before it hit the concrete anyway. And you just see the murmur as the original thought is no longer in function as he begins to fall. But you just hear murmur. Only James will hear murmur the word "fast boy special." Clearly, his intent was to fling James anyway. However,
James
Chunk
goes ahead and
back and just
disengages from Chunk's back. Actually, as he slides, he's just going to go ahead and take another stance on Chunk, continuing to hold that pole steady straight into Kirsten. Shove her against the concrete wall. Gunk!
Let me guess. I can soak it. Try it.
Oh yeah. Try to soak it.
Oh yeah, this will be hilarious. No, I don't.
Okay. Take. Okay, yeah, I'm doing very, very good for damage rolls, apparently. Yeah, 4 bashing. Kunk. And whatever it is you take from the ball. Kunk.
The fall probably won't be much anyway.
Oh, just
Yeah,
take another one.
What's Jacob doing?
Okay, seeing this going on, he's going to use one of his arms from his black metamorphosis to try to grapple Lenore and, basically set her on top of the shoulders if he can. As he Chunk and
No.
I'm on your team, Lenore!
She's rock trekking. She
No, you're
doesn't
not.
care.
No, you're not. You're so not on my team.
Oh,
my God.
okay. Well, roll for it. She's gonna change into frenzy now because you're gonna be constricting her. But it's okay. We can contain her anyway if needed. She's gonna be going from rock trek to frenzy.
We can't knock her into torpor, people. We got nobody else that could revive her.
What's the move for hold? Strength and brawl?
Yep, strength and roll.
Yeah, strength and brawl.
Coaches will apply.
7. Someone.
Sorry, how many?
7
Oh wait,
dice.
I actually have to soak. Someone else can better roll.
This is simply to incapacitate you, to hold you.
To mobilize.
I
she's-
am on fire.
However, here's the thing: she's rot trekking,
Mhm.
which means if you try and hold her immobile, she will frenzy.
Yep.
Alright, fuck it.
He's still going further. He's still doing it.
Yep.
Yay! I soak one. That will give me 7 bashing, actually.
That means actually you're incapacitated.
Great.
Mhm.
Well,
You're not in torpor.
moving anymore.
It's because it's bashing damage. I think it's fair to say they'll rush over, break off for the rest of the lance, and stake her and just kind of go, give her a mental cooldown.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's just I can't enter any Zuster City scene without ending up staked.
Chunk will turn around to Jacob and go, well, I think we'll have to leave it for another night, but next time,
Next time you can ride me. James, you can be the horse for Lenore.
Fair enough. No
Well,
iteration.
Hey! What's wrong with
Actually,
generation?
I had an idea. I do like the idea of jousting as a knight. You can understand. It appeals to me. But I was thinking maybe we could do it with cars.
Well, there is demolition derby, but we could put I got it. Gee, this is good. Okay, we're gonna get some small metal poles, right? Or we just get the wooden wooden poles here, right? We're gonna do demolition derby. You know, where you set the back of the car on fire. Like we don't do this now. We're just gonna leave a bit of prep time. But we get cars with sunroofs. One person is driving, the other person is out the sunroof with the pole, and you've got to stake or knock out of the car the other
You're
one.
overthinking
Yes.
way too much. We had an old game like this where we used motorcycles and flagpoles, man.
Okay, but I'm just saying, flaming cars.
Flaming
But I
cars,
suppose,
they're very nice,
actually,
yes.
to be fair, no, I'm getting a little bit. It's still too soon after the curfew. The flaming cars will catch a bit of attention. A bunch of guys in some discreet area riding around doing donuts, as far as anyone's concerned, not a big problem. But yes, let's do that sometime.
We are an ice rink. I mean, maybe they have Zambonis here.
No. Here's what we gotta do. This ice skating rink is fantastic. I love it. We should actually take one of these ourselves. I mean, look at all this open room, and nobody's fucking here.
Well, it's super late at night, but yeah, no, we could do stuff here in future. Actually, although at this stage, Chunk will he will straddle, kind of sitting, and with his arms over with his legs over Lenore's arms, and he'll just kind of unshake her. You cool now?
What is that? Where'd it go?
You okay? Don't freak out.
Okay,
Jacob will-
just let me go.
Okay.
Pump the blood. Pump the blood. Heal yourself up.
Heal yourself up. Chunk's gonna get off her. She'd need to breathe
Sorry,
anyway.
no. Give me a moment because I was actually gonna do something, and now I'm. Yeah, sorry. You're just there. Let's see. Charisma, empathy. What's your path rating?
My path rate. Oh Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
crap.
Not again. Oh fuck you! I'm on 4. Not again! I just got out of that. I'm gonna roll perception awareness because I figure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that would not go down well.
I'm also gonna roll perception awareness for just
Wow.
and giggles.
4, right? 8 successes.
All right.
Success.
I got 2 successes. I'm clapping my hands over Chunk's head to cup his ears.
I'm jamming the stake into her mouth. So I think it's initiative. I think we actually need an initiative. Like, nope. Because Chunk's was the last thing
I still rolled that.
Yeah, but it depends on the order. I might jam a stake into your mouth first. Not to kill you, but just kind of like, no, stop it. You fucked me up for a month last time.
Okay, well, fine. Well, let's go with that because this would be 3 months actually.
Yeah.
3 months plus.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you gotta stop
I mean,
being so clever with
6 plus successes is 3 months. So yeah. Okay, you guys stop me.
that. Well, no, we gotta roll.
Once again, staked.
I
Yay!
got 10, so yeah. Actually, he's just put a stake in her mouth, just going, stop doing that head fuckery stuff, for God's sake, it's a real mess. You really is a fucking downer, man. Now, I'm letting you up. It's all gonna be good. Stop fucking with my head, or I'm gonna have to do something I don't want to do. I'm gonna have to, like, remove your tongue or something for a while. I don't want to do that! I like you. Okay? So he'll kind of slowly, keeping an eye on her, going, don't. And he slowly moved the stake from her. He didn't, like, stab it into the back of her neck or something, but he just shoved it in her mouth so she couldn't speak. Just don't do it. Nope. Okay. So how you doing?
What is that? She just points at Jacob again. What is that? I mean,
That is
seriously, I had a
observation.
normal conversation with that guy, and he just changed into a freaking demon.
It's okay, Lenore. It's just the power of optinibration, like metamorphosis. Don't worry. You'll see it start to fade away from him, reverting back.
The powers of the blood, you see, you can do things. You can do wondrous things, terrifying things. You can change your very physical form. His eyes glow red. You've seen myself and Yo-Yo do some of these things. You can do other wondrous things. Some of
Oh
you...
God, don't talk about Yo-Yo.
God, I don't miss him.
Oh,
But
what's wrong?
they're wonderful things. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay. He'll be back. He comes back every now and again. But no, there are wonderful things to do. You might have seen, and indeed you've displayed it, and James displayed other things. The things you can do, the way you can manipulate drawing and just twist people's ideas and things. I can do some kind of thing similar to that myself. But there's also the ability to make yourself move faster, alter one's body. But there are other things that are not so easily identifiable. Obtenebration is one of them. It's terrifying and it's beautiful and it's terrifying. It is truly humbling, but it is evidence that we are not some kind of disease. We're not some kind of power. We are indeed inhuman, and that is not something that necessarily you have to love, but it is something you have to accept. That we are Canaanites. We are Canaanites, and this power of the blood can be harnessed by us. And it can be harnessed by you, whatever way you need to complete the mission, to strike down our enemies.
Preach on you.
Kristen at this point just looks with she calms down, but she still looks very scared towards Jacob in his black metamorphosis form, and she's just like, right, I keep forgetting that we are warriors of God, but at the other side, damn, it's so difficult.
It's not easy. It's not easy. I know.
This is a real big letdown. I thought you would have been way beyond this.
Penetration is unsettling for those who have not seen it before. No, you've got to remember, it's not easy.
I've been raised with stories about how to ban this kind of thing. You know, that people just manage to ban a demon out of the body of one of I don't know, a sister or a brother or a father or anything. This is I never really believed. I mean, sure, I always knew there was more, you know that, but I never really believed that anyone could change into something like this. I'm sorry, it just scared me.
Kirsten, let me reassure you something. We can do things, terrifying things, admittedly, but we are not demons. We are not like them. Which in time you will understand that there are Canaanites who throw in their lot with infernal beings, but they are enemies who must be ever vigilant because they wish to try and get a hand on and get a grasp of the sword of Cain and put it towards nefarious ends. Now we do not always do nice things, and I am the first to admit the sabbat is evil, but those fucking bastards, those are the bastards who must ever be vigilant and ruin.
I know that every tower defies the will of God. I know that. Sorry, Jacob. Oh God.
And it's a learning experience. Use it to strengthen yourself.
Do we become like that when we fight just?
Some of us indeed do. That is how we can harness the blood. Each of the bloodlines has their unique strengths. And each of us can share, we can teach each other these wondrous abilities and use them to strike down our enemies. Together, we are stronger. And that's the one thing you got to realize. The sword of Cain has two states. It is the one that is in battle, and the rest of the time we are forever in the forge, being heated, being strengthened. And this is the time when we are in the forge. We will go to battle someday. We don't know when, we don't know where, but we will go to battle. And the strengthening will help us survive, keep our brothers and sisters alive so we can shut down the enemy.
Preach on, Your Excellency.
Anyway, I'm getting a little bit carried away. So,
Yep.
But no, you can learn these things. All of us can. There's no abilities that we cannot teach each other. We do not hoard these like some miserly old fucking assholes like in the camera. We teach each other freely. We do so because by strengthening each other, we strengthen ourselves and prove the righteousness of our cause.
Jacob will put an arm over Lenore. Now, you see, it's really simple. Let me show you how to do this, because it can be used for a lot of things. You'll see, Jacob will spend another blood point, and Lenore's shadow is going to stretch out before her, and it'll start breaking it up into different little specks of shadows, and they'll start forming into butterflies, and they'll start flapping all around her and sitting on her head and on her shoulders. You see, now that's not really that scary because, I can make it that way. Or
Chunk
you'll
is
see
kind of whispering in her other ear. You can feel that stirring in your heart. You can feel the beast telling you to fear it, like they do with fire, but you can control it. The beast does not control you. You control the beast. Hold to your...
Without moving his mouth, James is going to just telepathy into Kirsten Lenore's head and just say, fake it, fake it, fake it, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it.
She is really scared, but she is trying not to let it show. She's like, okay, I need to know this. I need to understand this shit because I need to do this shit in a while. I mean, seriously.
Lenore, don't worry. You're my sister in the sabbat. These are my shadows. They won't harm you. But when you're able to learn this, you can use them
Mr.
against
Burns?
your enemy.
Mr. Burns, my name is Kristen.
Oh. Well, I heard you call you Lenore.
I know, Lenore, Kirsten, they are, as I put it, though Kirsten does not accept it, as is the way of the line of Malkav. In this particular case, Kirsten and Lenore, they are soul divided. Different minds in the same body, but still righteous sisters in the Shabbat.
Forgive me, Kristen. My bad.
No, it's okay. I understand that it's difficult. I mean, it's even difficult for me to understand. I mean, if people have been walking up to me, it's like, "Hey, Lenore, how have you been doing?" And I'm like, I was actually sometimes just looking around to see if there was someone behind me, but yeah, there wasn't. It's complicated, and I've also heard people saying like that they used to know someone named Kristen and who didn't look like me, and well, I'm just confused.
Chunk will look at her and say, perhaps you might find it easier if you were to learn the abilities of vicissitude, being able to change oneself. And Chunk will just he'll move one of his hands over the other hand and slowly kind of change the skin. He'll kind of remove the hair off one area because he got vicissitude one. If you learn vicissitude, you might be able to... People might mistake your physical form, but that's just a thing. That's a container in the vessel. You and Lenore are different beings, different entities. And if you can express this physically, potentially by learning vicissitude, you can change yourself so they will never again mistake you for Lenore.
Or I have to wear a wig.
Well, you can also wear a goddamn yellow t-shirt for all I care.
Or a name tag, but...
Yeah. It's just I'm getting used to it now. But just the idea that there is someone else in my head, it's just weird, But well, so far I've been Kristen for what now? 2 months or so? Month? No, it's longer. I don't really know, but well. Never mind.
Kirsten,
Right.
as a member of the Malkavian clan, you had some interest in learning devotion. You share that?
Sorry, come again?
I've always had some interest in learning demontation from the Malkavians. Do you think you could instruct me, and I'll share my optinibration with you?
So you want so that I can do that shadowy thingy, demon thingy-ish. Yeah. I don't know if I can actually teach you. I'm not. I'm basically doing it on instinct mainly. Maybe Lenore would know, but I don't know how to reach her. But sure, I can try. I mean, why not? I can always try it.
Okay. Hit me. Hit me with it. Show me how it works.
Okay. Fine. You really want me to hit you with it? I mean, Chuck is pretty...
I don't think you know what you're getting in for here. It's
Well,
pretty,
what's my
I was
word?
pretty fucked up with it. Okay, you guys asking for it.
Well, I do think, I mean, for as far as I have understanding of the dementation, I think it works basically best if you, I mean, it's I can do it because I know what it feels like. So I think in order to actually understand it, you first have to feel it.
I mean, the minute take it.
And while she's actually talking, she is using the first dementation on you. So, what's your current path or humanity rating?
My path rating is 3.
3? Okay.
You didn't increase? Okay, never mind.
I did not say I do an increase yet.
No, I was actually talking to Bruce over there.
What's that?
But for 3 months we are talking about here. This is not fun. You will, and I will roll for this, a different die because I don't know, I don't really care what it will be. So odds are increase and evens are decrease of a certain emotion, and it will be the emotion that you are feeling at this point because actually ST has to pick it. But
He's kind of got curious about how everything is. It will affect his rot trek and frenzy rolls, or no, his frenzy rolls, not his rot trek. So give it a go. But
oh
it'll
shit!
pump up
Never
all.
mind, I forgot. What did I say? Increase or decrease? On which?
I think that's
I
a
don't know.
decrease.
I thought it was
forward.
increase.
You-
I don't know
okay.
what I said anymore. Okay,
Or
odds are increase and evens are decrease. Yeah, decrease. Wow, you're suddenly not interested in learning dementation again. For 3 months.
So your curiosity is dulled down. Your retired emotion is like, on the plus side, for the next 3 months, I think with that many successes is going to be the -2. So it's like, yeah, reduce the difficulty of all your frenzy checks for the next 3 months by 2.
Okay. Cool.
The beast is smacked in the head by Lenore and go, no, calm down.
Well, that's like, okay, how do I explain this now?
I got it. Hold on.
What, you
He
got
goes
it?
ahead and actually goes ahead and steps on the ice ring just a little bit. Goes ahead and rolls his shoulders just a bit and gets ready to say, okay, imagine a world that really isn't a world. Imagine you're an angel that went crazy, fell down, and became a demon. Imagine that the conscious reality that you are experiencing right now is divorced from what you're actually experiencing subjectively. Imagine being stuck in your head, stuck in a reality that is not your own, that is completely fantastic and abysmal at the same time. While outside, you're just a person that is completely catatonic inside your own brain. There is mushrooms and devils, demons, brilliant angels, swans, all on the same point, all fighting to get your attention. However, for you, everybody conscious around you, you are just completely blank. You are divorced from your reality. You're an angel that went mad, crazy, insane, and fell into hell.
So, like, I'm on really good shrooms and everyone else is sober, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I got that. And for you, Kirsten, there's 3 points of understanding optimization. One, you have to be really, really interested and know your shit about the occult. Most people don't take us Lasombra for being knowledgeable in that area, but it is what fuels our discipline. Secondly, it comes from your blood. Most of the darkness relies on the blood. It's kind of a, I don't know, a symbiotic relationship between us and the abyss. And 2, well, I saw that you really got scared there when I showed you my optimization. You have to understand, this is a darkness from your own soul. It resides in you. Sometimes at the first level, it's just about overlapping and stretching existing shadows, just as I showed you with those butterflies. But on the higher levels of this discipline, no, this darkness will come from your own soul. I'm guessing, as a Malkavian, you have some experience with obfuscate. The two kind of share a little bit of a relationship, where obfuscate will help you blend in the shadows and put in people's mind that you're not there. Obtenebration brings that darkness out into the world.
Okay, so yeah, I can see that. With obfuscate, you just put the darkness into someone's mind and soul, and that way obstruct their vision. While with the obtenebration, you actually pull the darkness from your own soul out through your skin and into the world. I can see that.
You got it.
Okay. So where can I learn more about this occult stuff?
Out of character, Jacob has 3 in occult. If you wish, I can teach you more.
Okay, cool. I think it's yeah, it's cool. I need to learn this. I need to do this. Um, I don't know what to say about dementation other than you have to experience it. There's this big ball of confusion that's in each and every one of our minds. But if you listen like really carefully to your thoughts and the thoughts of others and all the chaos that lies inside of that, you will find that you will be able to manipulate that chaos and manipulate those emotions, and you might actually be able to reach out through those emotions into other people's minds and inflict your own feelings or increase their own feelings onto you. But you can also it's more. It's like there's these thoughts and images that creep up into someone else's head if you like focus on them, and you can just almost see if you can. And at this point she actually closes her eyes and you can see just a tiny bit of a blissful smile, and you can just see that amazing chaos and fear, and you can almost taste it and smell it, and all you need to do is just beckon it forward to make it bigger, and then you bring it out, and people, they run away from their own fears just because you say it. It's just such a magical feeling. And then there is more. You can, as you dive deeper into that chaos, as you dive deeper into those emotions and feelings and thoughts and everything that runs through a head, you can almost like see the brains, and it's more than just seeing the brains. It's feeling the brains, exploring them, and finally you can just you can just see that.
No, I think I'm understanding. It sounds a lot like how Dominate operates, but instead of just one's will, one's commands, it's more like your own emotion, your own madness.
Kind of sounds halfway between Dominate and Presence, actually.
Yes, that's a very wise point you make there, Your Excellency.
I never really considered myself mad. Just different.
Oh, I know I'm fucking crazy. I just accept it.
Yep. Just learn to realize what really doesn't matter and just let it go. Well, this was fun. What else are we going to do tonight, Pinky?
Well, I think we are a little thing here. I like the idea with the motorcycles. Have to give that a try. But let's sneak out of here and well, we'll lock that door again. No need for him to know we were here. Chunk picked up some of the splinters. You know, easier to break back in if they don't start improving security.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to go talk to I'm going to go ahead and slink around a little bit, see if I can't, actually get this place under my control. That would be fantastic and awesome.
Hey, James, you got all that head stuff that you can do, the aspects, the site, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How do you how do you do that? Since we're talking about this stuff, how do you?
Oh, you want to talk about disciplines? You want to talk about aspects? Okay, fantastic. Okay. Why do you call it the second sight? I don't know. Basically, it starts really, really low. Really, really low level basics. You're just super hyper aware of everything that's going around you. You have to maintain that level. Hyper awareness. The main thing with hyper awareness is when you get distracted, I mean, when a brilliant stimulus like a flashing light or loud music gets into your head, you are completely, utterly shut down. It overstimulates you. That's the danger of the first level. However,
It's
being
like skiing with your
hypersensitive,
eyes closed, right?
little
James,
bit, little bit.
with your
Oh
eyes
yeah,
closed.
Vigilance, man. Hyper vigilance. You see everything. You hear everything. If you got the smells up, you smell everything. You start at that particular level. Once you're at that level, things that don't move start moving, start glowing with different colors. Smarter candidates around me call them auras. Everything has an aura, right? And every person has an aura. They produce this thing on a more spiritual level. Some are red, some are blue, some are green. If you get really, really good at it, you can start categorizing what these different auras mean. Every single emotion that you produce leaves a psychic impression, a psychic eminence. This is what we call a aura. If you're rage-filled, you got red. If you're really, really calm, you'll be a nice, placid blue. If you're curious, or you've been eating people, you'll have different characteristics to your area. Like, I can look at Kirsten's aura right here, and her aura will actually come up a little bit pale. And that's simply because she is a Canite. We Canites come out a little bit paler. There's still that color there, it's just not as readily vibrant as the mortals that walk around. Now, a little caveat to that, there are 3 different shades that you should be really concerned about. Normal auras, which is everyday people walking around. Pale auras, which indicate, a canine presence. And then really, really, really vibrant auras. I mean, blissfully bright. Those things are wrong, and you should run away from those auras.
Why?
Just do it. I have never heard anybody come back with a good story when they found a vibrant aura like that. Just don't. Those are the first 2 levels as far as the aspects goes. You get at the higher levels, you can start reading the aura impressions of certain objects, and after you get past the objects, then you get to actually delve into a conscious mind. Right? That's the epitome. That's what we're really going towards. It's hypervigilance, the auras, the psychic spiritual impressions, and once you get past the psychic physical impressions, you can actually get at the thoughts of another conscious mind.
James, question?
Hmm?
Can you teach me that conscious mind thing? I mean, I think I have the. I know I have the. I know I can do that with objects and stuff, but not with minds yet. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, sure. Come over here. James is actually going to gesture you over.
Oh, she's just walking over.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and turn around for me, okay?
Okay, sure, why not?
Yeah. Face Chunk and Jacob for me, right? James is gonna go ahead and crouch down. Gonna ahead and grab a piece of wood that was broken off. Gonna try to smack Kristen in the head.
Aspects
and if
roll.
you want to roll to see it, roll your aspects. Just your aspects.
Yeah. What?
Just roll your
Roll
aspects
your-
dice.
Yes, exactly.
You're in
Aspects
danger.
die.
Your spidey sense is tingling.
That's is that perception empathy or something
No,
like that?
just aspects. Just the amount you have in aspects. Just roll those dice. Definitely
Thank
6.
you. I didn't know it worked that way. Awesome.
Yep.
Jacob cocks his head and just wonders what the fuck is about to happen.
Duck, Mr. Frodo. Wah, wah.
So yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know something bad's about to happen.
You don't know what, but something bad is about to happen to you.
So she's ducking.
No, she's actually not ducking. She's
Oh.
actually, before you can hit, she's gonna, she's probably gonna fail horribly, but at least she's gonna try to give a kick to, well, basically a kick behind her in between his legs.
Oh.
Hmm?
Can't shot to the nuts.
Yeah. I don't know what difficulty that is.
Difficulty 8. Dex brawl.
Yeah, okay. And she's spending willpower on that.
Oh, that is cold.
Lucky I did. That was a bot.
No, so you succeed. Well,
Yeah.
James was gonna swing, so he can't dodge it. Roll your strength plus 1 in the dice.
Yep. I'll roll my soak.
I would love it if he botched and just like fell over.
Soak like a champ.
Yep.
Still, at least she just and then aim for the back of the head.
Bonk.
Yep.
Spending one more
Plus,
point in
you get-
Dex.
You get +2 dice because you're attacking
Mhm.
from behind.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Plus 2 dice. 7 dice, because I buffed up my Dex. Well, that takes away 1, however I'm still hitting with 2. Bonk! Do-do-do-do.
Only
Strength of 2.
only
3 at the
one
moment.
thing.
Plus
I was at
2
bashing already.
for...
This is gonna be
Yeah.
bashing. I think he's just smacking you. He's not stabbing,
Yep.
he's smacking.
But I was still at 7 bashing.
Yep.
No, you weren't. You would have had to heal that up. To a degree.
No.
Right.
No damage.
No,
The intent was to do damage,
I can
but,
imagine you're.
bonk.
I can imagine you're actually you've got it on target, but you didn't realize how weakened it was, so it just kind of breaks off without doing damage. You're like, crap.
Yep. So essentially, what has happened is James quite obviously tried to sucker punch you in the back. You're not taking any of that shit. You go ahead and kick him in the nuts. He goes ahead and gives no shits about it. He goes ahead and swings, hits you right in the forehead, but the plank of wood just goes ahead and shatters and breaks. Can you tell what I'm thinking right now?
I can tell what I'm thinking right now.
And?
No. No, I'm not gonna do that because you're a packmate and I have to rely on you. I have to trust you, even though that's not really at this point.
Unfortunately, when we're training, we've got to push each other to make ourselves harder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Going
Fine.
easy doesn't work. Plus, as you know yourself, now don't go to the extent where we use up huge quantities of blood, but we can heal ourselves. The damage ain't gonna be permanent unless we, start coming at each other with claws and fangs and shit.
Don't make me. You remind me of Yo-Yo. Don't do that, please.
It's okay, James.
My Yo-Yo's gone. I
I'm
want
just
my
gonna
Yo-Yo
go over
back.
to him and he's just gonna pick up. The others see him just lifting. James's feet are gonna be like a good 2-3 inches off of the guy. Is he okay? He's like holding him kind of like a baby. It's okay, James. It's okay.
At that point, Kristen is actually gonna walk up towards them because she's still rather close by.
Trust
She's
your turn.
gonna say,
But as he kind of looks at her,
"Not
he's
okay. It's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay. He's never gonna come back. You know that."
Tom's holding his.
What's your cure pot rating?
4.
God damn it, woman.
And that was definitely to increase that despair.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Oh my God. Why?
Aww.
Why? How long is it? You
3
know, if he
months.
frenzies and kills you within the next 3 months, it's on
Yeah, it's totally on
Yeah.
me. I know.
you. This is why in most games they don't allow demontation. Your chickens are eventually gonna come home to roost, and they're gonna murder half of the pack.
Yeah. Yep, fair enough.
God.
He's
just wailing like a baby. Jesus Christ! God damn it, Kirsten! It's okay.
And she's just
What do you mean,
looking
Emmanuel?
at Jacob, and she says, "Well, that's just also something that you can do. It's like when there is this very huge emotion that's like screaming off of someone, you can just take it. You can just grab it and like blow it up or shrink it. It's whatever you want. It's interesting. And don't worry, I'm quite sure that tomorrow or something I can reverse this. I hope, or at least."
Really?
Meanwhile, tomorrow.
Your Excellency, if I may suggest, since we're showing each other how to use disciplines, I have an idea. A way for us to use our disciplines together. This was something I was thinking about before I came to meet you fellows. If we could just get one mortal, there's something I'd like to show Kirsten that we can do together with my opt-in approach and her communication.
See, some of the guys aren't really. How to put this? Some of the guys just kill people and have like lots of disappearances. I'm kind of worried about the amount of people who disappear. Does it have to be a person or will a dog do or something?
I don't think a dog would do. But no, this person isn't going to disappear, not physically. They won't die, if that's what you're worrying about.
It's mostly him disappearing. He lies.
Oh, totally gotta roll something for that, because I've actually, I actually have a specialty in this, I believe.
It's like, oh, I think James already picked that up.
Yeah.
James doesn't care. He's bishop. Whatever.
I
Just shits
fail.
and giggles.
I don't botch. I fail.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Yeah, he's trying to seem nonchalant about it. He actually definitely cares about people just being killed for no good reason. He really doesn't like it, but he's trying to put on a face, just like everyone else, and it's a bat. Kirsten might have realized. You know, James going just go along with it. It seems that Bishop Chunk too is also just going along with it to a degree.
But my bishop, it's not. It's for research purposes. I mean, shouldn't we try to see what works? I mean, unless you want to. No. We can do it this way, Jacob. I'm pretty sure that since our dear bishop here seems to be so concerned about the well-being of the city, and I can totally understand that. Like after the curfew being barely lifted, we don't really want to pay any attention or attract any more attention to ourselves. But I'm quite sure that he will maybe allow us like a test bunny. I mean, Chunk, you can be test bunny. That way, no human has to disappear.
Chunk will
No.
drop James and he'll walk towards her, and
No.
he'll just be kind of like, well, maybe I could practice sharpening my claws on you. I know it's just such a thing. Don't open your fucking mouth. Cause
No.
Now I'm just gonna stress about it. I was just saying. Let's think about this. If we're gonna go after somebody, let's go after somebody. You know, especially if we're not gonna kill them. Somebody who some will miss for a few hours. Somebody who had a family, that kind of thing. And well, if somebody using their head powers to make sure this person doesn't remember, it'll be okay.
No, don't worry. I think I can solve this. Let me just call up one of my girls. I'll have them come over here, and we can just test it on them. They're under my ownership, so they belong to me. No one's going to report their movements.
Sure thing. And the Chunk just kind of goes, although it's just shame you couldn't, practice talking on me while I just practice sharpening my claws on you. But that's okay. That's okay. It just kind of gives her a look of, I'll fuck you up and just try headbuttery.
Kristen is just smiling, and she says, well, you said that we had to learn to develop our skills, and I was just trying to mess with your mind a little bit. It seems to have worked. Not like in with disciplines, by the way. Don't worry about that.
He's just lightly drumming his fingers a lot, like just a slight squeeze. It's like, it's okay. Okay.
You have the claws. But I
I'm
don't
not popping any claws.
Nobody's claws are popping.
I
No,
don't
nobody's claws. You just, flap your little mouth way too much.
Go cry in a corner, you. Yo-yo.
Frenzy.
And he's got +2 difficulty. If he kills me right now.
yes. If he kills me right now, I'm totally fine with it. I brought it completely upon myself. It's cool.
To do 3 dice, increase difficulty. What would it be the difficulty, my good sir? Malicious taunt,
Not
right?
6.
It's a malicious taunt.
If you believe it is, then what's the base difficulty for malicious
Yes,
taunt?
it
Is
is.
it 4 or?
Malicious taunts, those are 4.
Those are 4. So yeah, you're holding back the beast. Just a bit. Just hold back. It's like. And Chunk will just kind of lean into it.
I'm gonna go.
And you push, and eventually something's gonna snap.
Yes. And isn't
So
that my
be
greatest
careful.
weapon? Isn't that my greatest weapon? Was I not supposed to practice that? I'm terribly sorry if I made a mistake here. I was honestly just trying to, well, get better at what I do. And she actually will walk towards James at this point. She will be saying, "Listen, James, I'm really sorry. I did not know that you guys can train your physical capabilities, but I cannot train my mental capabilities. I thought that was part of the plan."
James will just simply, go ahead and lean very, very close into you, put up one finger, and just say, "Shut up, shut up. I am going to go to the control room. I'm going to find whoever the hell owns this place, and I'm going to dominate him to fuck. Then, when I come back, I will be much calmer. So go ahead, turn your pretty little head around, and go play with Chuck, okay?"
But Brother James, that person, we can use this experiment I want to show you. It'll really help.
Chunk's actually gonna take Lenore's side. His body language stuff is different. He's always taking different tones, like, and he'll just kind of try and take her a bit out of the way, hopefully, so that Jacob's distracted talking to James for a moment. Like, look, James is really trying to look out for you. It's not easy adjusting to this shit, but don't fucking push him, especially not about Yo-Yo. He's taking it hard. Those guys depend on each other a long time. Just
I'm sorry,
Give it
I don't
comes.
know anything about their backgrounds or anything. It's like, I was honestly just trying to learn. And, well, I'll make it up to him one way or another. If need be, I'll go and find Yo-Yo myself and drag him back to Zuster.
Well, hold on. He'll come back in his own due time. Just, we put our blows with each other. I don't go around, swiping with claws, even if I might, hit you with a lump of wood. But so, if you do use the head stuff, don't go too far with it.
Yeah, but how can I train then? Seriously.
Well, we're getting someone
guys
for you
don't
to
want any-
train on.
Yeah, but you just said no humans. And to be
No,
quite
no,
honest,
no,
humans
no.
really-
I said that it might not be advised. But however, they're not going to die. They're not going to go missing because they're on duty tonight. And they're going to go back, and James will be able to make sure that they don't have any memories. And they're not going to get, they're going to be okay. I'm worried about us having lots of people disappearing. And that's not going to help because they might put the curfew back in, and that was very difficult to deal with. We got other shit to be dealing with, and it makes it a lot harder if we're effectively under house arrest and I'm going to sneak around all the time.
I understand. She's actually walking up very close to Chunk, so it's like looking up to him. I'm really, really, really sorry.
It's okay. And Chunk actually, he hugs. He's not lifting her off the ground though. It's actually quite gentle.
Meanwhile,
being gentle with her.
Jacob Burns and James Graham have gone ahead and Found it. What looks like a member of the cleaning crew. Let's just say, member of the cleaning crew. James will just, look at him, simply say one word command, follow, simple enough command, and he will go ahead and just proceed to leave the entranced person back into the skating ring. And while they're doing that, James will simply look over to Jacob and say, "Okay, well, what do you have in mind, my good sir?"
Well, you see, I've been doing a little bit of research into the covert operations of the CIA. Back in the 1950s, they were running this project called MK Ultra. Through fear and pain and sheer terror, they were able to crack a person's mind open and then implant any kind of seed of suggestion that they wanted to. It's all about breaking down their willpower. For vamps like you and me, that makes our powers of dominate that much easier, that much effective.
Very much true. Very much true. So, tell me, how in the world do you go ahead and strip a person of his willpower?
Well, I mean, here's how they did it. They would manipulate their emotions and then manipulate their fears. And, well, a little bit of good roughhousing and torture goes a long way. Out of character, this is the technique of using the interrogation method, implying both manipulation and empathy roles and manipulation and intimidation roles. When you succeed on both, you drain the victim of a willpower point for each turn. Yes. And I'm just thinking that with Kirsten's power over the emotions, her ability to heighten and deaden their feelings, and, well, the sheer terror that optinibration brings to a mortal, I believe this will be most effective before you go and fuck around in their head.
Well, of course. I tend to have a better way of it. Or at least the memory aspect. As far as the directives, hit or miss. I've been mostly working with the telepathy and the memory wiping angle. I'm very good at that, at least.
Yes, I've achieved learning how to wipe someone's memory and reprogramming them to effect. I'm sure that until you can find the owner, at the very least, this janitor, custodian fellow, he would probably definitely let a old friend like you come on in and use the rink whenever the boss ain't around.
Oh, of course. Let's go ahead and see if we can't string this guy up. So, you know what? I'll go ahead and string this guy up. You go ahead and bring the others in, Kirsten, Chunk, and let's just see how this particular method works. Let's see if we can't strip this guy of his willpower until he's our puppet.
So yeah, Jacob will go back and holler for His Excellency and the Bergman. Guys, come on! We found the guy. Follow us.
Okay. Is
Jacob
James okay?
Yeah, he's a little bit more interested and excited for what we're about to do. He's on board.
Okay.
The scene that James Graham has just sort of set up, he's found one of the washrooms, the shower rooms, and he currently has the cleaning crew, the janitor, with his hands above his head, with his hands just zip tied above a shower head, and his shower head hands zip tied to the actual rod, just so that he's not going anywhere. He's just, calmly talking to the individual that nothing strange is going on right now. It's all fine. You won't even remember these people when you get back.
Jacob will walk into the room, leading the two Canaanites with him. As soon as he sees the scene, he's instantly reminded of Scarface. Oh, this is going to be fun. Kirsten, you might want to close your eyes momentarily, okay?
Kristen is just looking at the scene and she's like, "Whoa, okay. No, can't do this. Totally do this. I'm cool. I need to learn this."
All right, no problem. Jacob's going to spend over 2 turns 2 more blood points, and he's reforming his back metamorphosis. And now this mortal, he's going to see this happening, and he's going to start freaking the fuck out. Jacob will be gaining 3 extra dice to his intimidation pool. And he's going to just go up to this guy. And I don't know, do you want to roll his courage now or after I say something to him?
Go ahead and say something, and depending on what you say, and if he wins his courage roll, we'll see what happens.
Okay. It's just going to be a general intimidation. Yeah, Jacob's going to say, I'm getting hungry, you little fucking worm, and I'm going to eat your fucking heart out.
Rolling.
Yeah,
Oh, he botched. Yes, he is totally terrified about this abyssal form. He's actually grabbing the shower head and shaking it for dear life. Oh god, no, oh god, no. He's gonna roll his strength to see if he can't unscrew this damn thing. Holy crap, he unscrews it. Okay, so you scare him so badly that he freaks the ever-loving fuck out, takes the shower head and just wrings it off. He looks at you and he's just gonna fucking bolt.
Jacob,
Aren't we all standing in front of the door?
Yes, so...
Dibs
yeah.
on... Chunk just goes out.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I think he froze.
As he heads forward. I'm going to use awe. I'm going to use awe on him. Or might be more than just him.
I wanted to use
I get 1 success, so I think it's going to be just him. Yep. Hey, it makes him focus on me. Doesn't mean he can hear you. So Chunk starts like, it's okay, buddy. You just gotta play along, man. And he's just gonna be going over like, he's like, it's okay. You're gonna get through this, but these are bad people, man. You gotta play along. You gotta run. You're gonna fuck you up, man. I don't want this to happen to you. You gotta sit down and listen, because I'm gonna get you out of this alive. I want to get you out of this alive, man.
He's panicking. He's
Put it
looking
down.
at you.
Put it down. I did succeed. It's like, I just gotta put my hand on the weapon. I gotta put my hand up and just put it down. It's okay, I'm gonna get out of this, buddy. We're gonna get out of this, buddy. It's okay.
Kevin, can you roll your manipulation and empathy?
Yeah, sure. Manipulation plus empathy. Yeah. Well, I would have to do manipulation plus empathy. 1 success.
All right. Kirsten, would you like to take it up? Play the bad cop.
I'm not really good at playing the bad cop. Actually.
You can do it. Just try to scare him.
I don't know how. And she's just...
At the moment, the cleaning crew is just looking at Chunk, pleading with him very, very silently. I don't want to die.
Lenore's gonna... Kristen is gonna walk up to this man, and she's just gonna see if she can actually make him look into her eyes.
Easy enough.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know what his full power is, but I guess I will succeed.
His current or his whatever?
Just gonna dominate. So.
Current.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna tell him to freeze.
Is this a command?
Yep.
How many successes? Okay, that's a lot of successes. So, yeah, he is actually just going to go ahead and still look at Chunk. He's not going to move at all, but he's just silently pleading with his eyes. I don't want to die.
Kristen is walking forward until she's like standing next to him, and she's bending over a little bit to whisper into his ear. She's like, "Do you see that over there? That is our demon. You know what demons do? They suck out your soul very slowly. Have you ever felt that? Do you know what it feels like to get your soul sucked out of your body? They actually say that it starts at your toes, that you get this numb feeling in your toes, and then slowly crawls up, until you have no feeling in your knees anymore at all. everything below that just feels dead, and then it goes up even further. And as she's whispering like that, she is gonna make the dementation roll again. And that would depend on his current humanity. So that might actually be not that good.
7. No, wait. Screw this. He's 8. He's the kindest soul you've ever seen before. If you're looking at his aura, or if you're just looking at him just generally, he is the nicest guy in the world. He donates to charity. He gives his tithes to the church.
I think at this point, Kristen will have to make a humanity check. Because she has humanity as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be rolling humanity at the end of the scene.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm doing the lesser of the evil because I know I won't be able to stop you, but I can at least make it so he lives and won't remember this. But I'm
Okay.
still helping with a horrible act.
Okay, so you have gone ahead and roll your passion. What are you trying to do with your passion?
I'm trying to up the fear.
Oh yeah, he's fucking terrified, and
He can't move.
no. That was his stamina. That was his stamina for his fucking heart.
Nice.
You can see that this old man is just, even though you told him to freeze, he's clutching his chest.
Trunk's actually going to turn to the others and say, okay, I think we're coming on a bit too hard now.
Yes, probably we are.
I mean, I showed you
I
guys.
have to make a humanity check right now, guys, because oh my
Do it
god,
after the scene, please.
Chuck is going to be looking at you guys. You guys are really good at what you do, though. Credit where credit's due. Let's just give the guy a chance to calm down.
Can we stop now?
But we just started.
Oh, look at him. He's a complete wreck,
Give-
Jacob. We've done a good job. We're gonna do a job. This guy didn't have the mental fortitude to last long with this kind of torture. The next guy we get gonna be a little bit tougher.
Okay, what was his current willpower at the start of this?
Oh, it is fucking shot. It started at 3. It just got lower and lower until he only has the 1.
Okay, so he's at 1. Jacob will look in the guy's eyes, and he's going to tell him, "We're just friends. We came to visit you. You remember us. You've had us over for dinner. We were buddies with you in college before, everything got shot to shit. But, hey, we just came back into town," and Jacob's going to just kind of run the memory he's going to try to implant in his head of him knowing all of us from a previous time in his life when he was just kind of on his own. Could you roll me wits and subterfuge, 6 dice against the difficulty of his current willpower?
Yeah. And James will actually help you with this, reinforce these ideas, and he'll do his roll afterwards. Those are 4 successes. So for a general memory wipe, that's pretty damn good. However, let's see if James can't help you out here. He's actually got 8 to roll at this. I'm a jackass. Oh god. Yeah. We go ahead and mess with this guy's brain for quite a bit, and James goes ahead and elaborates just a little bit more, and you were just going to show us a little tour of the facilities, and for some reason you forgot to take your heart medication, and you just got way too excited, and you have a little bit of a heartache, man, and you should really get that checked out. But yeah, exactly, man.
Jacob will drop his black metamorphosis now, just so go back to normal.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and let our good friend over here go ahead and leave us, get his heart medication because he's not looking too good, man. Rolling his stamina again.
Yeah, let's just.
Oh, he's fine. He's making these staminas roll like a boss. You can definitely see that he's still shaking, he's still sweaty, he's still clutching his chest, but he's fine. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll Chunk's humanity check.
Yeah, do it now. Now everybody roll your
Thank
humanity.
you.
My humanity's gone down.
What do you actually roll?
Conscience.
Conscience,
Okay.
difficulty 8.
Awesome. Oh, fuck. I forgot that.
It's really weird.
With Lenore, I actually
previous
lost
character.
conscience roll.
I had a previous character who was trying to lose humanity, wouldn't budge. Chunk. Ever since I killed that Lysandra, it's been plummeting.
I make it. Oh wait, difficulty 8 you said, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, fair enough. What are you at now?
Kristen? Kristen was still high on humanity. So she would be at...
I think that brings you down to 4 at least.
I think she was at she was like in still high. I mean, Lenore was low, but Kristen was high. So I think Kristen would be either at 7 or 6.
Alright, fair enough, whatever you
Kristen
decide.
would be
Kevin.
at 6 now. Yeah, I started.
Chunk is down to 3, so his bearings seem to have a negative effect on things. However, it's dragging him one step closer to not caring as much about people as and it's been degrading. And those of you who've noticed, he stopped caring as much as time's gone by. Although it's really going to start showing now, and people are just going to want to avoid him a bit.
Fair enough.
Guess I'm getting on a card sometime soon then.
Oh yeah.
Kristen is still rather high though, and although she dropped, and she has the feeling that she still feels like really sorry for that guy, and she actually, you can just see her. There's this red gloss in her eyes, as if she's about to tear up, but she doesn't. She doesn't step forward to actually help the guy, but she's like standing a little bit away from the others.
Chunk is... he doesn't...
Did we lose Kevin?
I think we lost Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, god damn it.
Ah, there he is again.
Come back.
Sorry. God damn it. I was saying that Chunk will... he does feel bad about it. He feels justified that he was able to stop them from, well, going off and possibly killing this man. He doesn't feel bad about it. He's a bit more in tune with the big picture. There's got to be a big picture. You gotta stand up for these things, and he does try and stop the other Canaanites from basically completely giving in to the beast and just being completely debauched creatures. But he has to compromise because that's just the way it is, or he's going to get ripped to pieces. And it is their nature, and unfortunately, it's his nature too. He's coming closer to understanding Honorable Accord. Yay! Less human.
I hope that in the future, what this experiment was designed to do is to show you that through one of these methods, we can hopefully create a resource pool of individuals that we can set up as either paper tigers or middlemen in case the camera will ever try to come down on Buster.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan, my good sir. Sounds like a plan. But what were we able to do tonight? What were we really able to do tonight? We were able to go ahead and break a man down to its bare parts. Break him down to just the bare minimum of what he needed to just walk around and breathe and apparently have his heart beat half to death. And we were seemingly able to rewrite entire, points of that man's history, his personal own narrative. However, say
He
we
was
go
such a
ahead
strong
and do this
but
with
how
some of the
quickly
more
we were able to break him.
important people. Exactly. It only took, what, half an hour or so? But that was for a very, very mentally weak figure, my good fellows. If you want to really go ahead and exercise this particular method, we need to find somebody a little bit stronger mentally, a little bit more resistant to these kind of tactics.
Mm.
And I'm thinking that important people, people in Zuster, people in Town Hall, people in the high rises, security personnel, people in the media, all these people, they only got so far in life because they were just mentally resilient to the stress of just success, especially in our little world of darkness, especially in Zuster. You don't make it in Zuster unless you're really, really able to take on that mental stress. We did good here. However, we still need to refine the technique just a tiny bit.
Yes.
James, I
Mhm.
might actually have an idea for that. If we would actually, you know what I told you before about how you can actually bring fears alive with my powers, with dementation? I can just try if, like, for example, if you give me like a few nights, or maybe just, I don't know, I only need one meeting with such a guy, and I can bring out their fears, so they will already be a little bit more susceptible and maybe a little bit more paranoid, and then we would do this.
What do we think, Chunk?
Well, assuming you guys can hear me, because sometimes
Yes,
you
we
can't.
can.
I suppose we can work on it. We've got to harness our abilities. I mean, obviously, berating and breaking some poor janitor doesn't really serve much effect, except for it lets you hone the abilities someday we won't be able to use on some filthy Cammy or some goddamn elder. It would be sterner stuff, but we must harness and focus our abilities for that day.
True, true,
Okay,
true, true.
how do we train this then? I'm sorry, like I said,
Stronger handcuffs.
humans are such fragile minds.
Not
I
necessarily
noticed
all.
that. Well, still, I noticed that the minds of canites are so difficult, more difficult to reach than those of humans.
Mm.
That's the nature of the
Let
blood.
me
It
think
gives
on
us
it.
certain resistances like that. It's
Yes,
fantastic, right?
but if you want to take on the devils of the ivory tower and you don't know how strong they can be, and you know that since they are our elders that they can be stronger, then we will need, at some point, we will need to practice on other canites. I'm sorry, it just proves my point that I was trying to make just now, that I actually was confused. If we want to train our mental capabilities to the level that we can actually try and defeat this Camarilla devils, then we will need to train.
I've got a canine for us to focus on. Chunk looks towards James. What about that guy that was in the sewer with us?
Warren Knight?
Let's put it, seemed like a nice guy, but he's not gonna make it. Not Warren Knight, the other one. He's talking about the Assamite, which I believe he referenced in the Cecil State somewhere.
Yes. Oh, I had almost forgotten about our little tech head friend. Yes.
He's not gonna make it in this sabbat.
No.
He's like that guy. We focus, we learn, we break him, we remold him, and when we're done, you put the poor bastard out of his misery.
Yes. This is a
That thought that
fantastic
free
plan.
humanity is a very bad thing for the people of Zuster.
Yes. I'll go ahead and find where we boxed him, and I'll bring him out.
Let's not do it this scene. We'll have to talk
No.
to an SD, I think, because
Yeah.
that's an old
Exactly.
PC or somebody's. But yeah, I think that might be a degeneration check, and that might get me onto the pad of record because I'm prepared to do things now. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, we can leave it there.
Everybody, thank you for watching, and I guess we will return to our safe havens. Well, safe-ish havens. Bye-bye.
Oh yeah.